What's up, YouTube? It's NG, the Neon X, and I am back. Today I'm into my Surface Duo. As we all know, well, not all of us, but as many of us know, at least those who are interested in the Duo, Microsoft dropped a massive update last week. The Android 12L update for the Duo. An update that in its purpose is supposed to make the Duo better suited to everyday needs by giving it a lot of large tablet oriented features that the Duo was missing. So I've been using my Duo 2 with 12L for the past week, and I've noticed a few things, good, bad, and somewhat surprising. Let's get into it.
Now everybody scream enough respect to the X. Enough respect given.
Okay, Surface Duo 2. Like I said, I've been using the 12L update since the 12L update came out. Not to try to find anything, but just to experience this new version of Android on the Surface Duo. And I have found a few things that have popped up that have made me happy, sad, and kind of surprised. Right, so let's go into... I love the new pen menu. It just works so great. All right. Right, so let's start with the pros, because it's just a, always nice to start off with a positive when it comes to these things. So first things first, payment and pull down bar. Now, in all truth, I totally forgot you could pay for things with this device. I've never paid for anything with my Duo before. I know it does have NFC, but I honestly never put the two together. The device has an NFC. You can't put Google Wallet on the device, so it should be able to make payments. But now the way they have arranged the pull down menu, your wallet is right here with your Google Wallet intact. And yes, I did go to the store and I did try it. The phone was open just like this and the payment did go through. So I found that to be very nice of them, putting the ability to make your payments right there where you can see it for someone like me who didn't even realize it was an option on the device. Now, better Bluetooth connectivity and compatibility. The Pixel Watch was first synced to my Pixel 6a, and that was fine. But I really wanted the device to work better, or to be used on my Duo as an exterior or as an external display of sorts. Because even though we do have this nice little bar at the side here, all it does is let you know that a notification did come in, not so much that you can't really interact with it as such. So I wanted the Pixel Watch to sync to this to be my external display, and when messages and things like that come in, I can just reply from there. But for some reason, with Android 11, the Pixel Watch refused to sync to the Duo. But then, when I tried it again with 12L, says it's updating the watch. Focus on that, please. Focus.
I feel like all the bad
Setup is complete.
Like all the kids, the bad kids.
It says connected. And it says, hi there. We're good. Wow. So I'm gonna finish setting this up because already I know that we have gone further than the Duo when it was on Android 11. So 12L has improved Bluetooth connectivity, at least for this device, and I'm happy with that. So as you can see, the Pixel Watch now works perfectly with the Surface Duo 2. I'm not sure if the Pixel Watch requires Android 12 to sync to an Android phone. That might be the case, but either way, 12L did allow the Pixel Watch to properly sync with the Duo, and now I have a companion for the Duo that is pretty dependable and gives me the experience that I need. Now here I have the power down menu has changed. Not anything big, but now all you have is what is required to power down. Before, this is where you had your home and you had your Google Pay. All of those little things were in the power down menu. I always found it kind of annoying and confusing as to why they would put those more useful items like your wallet and your access to your Google Home in the shutdown menu, when the only reason you go into the shutdown menu is to shut down your device. If I go into the shutdown menu, that means I want to turn it off. Not that I want to continue and go into some other aspect of my daily life. So when I went to turn it off, and I found that it was now streamlined to only be what you need to shut down, or in case of an emergency, the emergency button. I was quite happy with that. Not anything particularly big, but something I find to be very quality of life, and I like the fact that they did that. Now, next thing, various animations. Now, Android 13, at least on my Pixel 6a, has a lot of different ways that things move around and things just appear. The most obvious one on the Duo is when you turn on the device. Let me close it up. And you apply your print. You have that wave of energy that just erupts from the center and goes out towards the rest of the screen. There are other little animations that throughout the device just come up almost as a surprise. Like, one of my favorites is this guy here. See how it's just a circular field that just expands to show you the rest of the options. Then when you close it back, it closes right back down, because it just looks so cool. It's little things like that, but the animations are there when you open up an app. Let's just go into any app here. It animates up, that when you close the app back, it animates back down to where it came from. Before, the apps just kind of popped into existence, then disappeared when you close them. Now you can actually see them move in and out from their spot. And if you notice, the app itself, or the icon for the app, kind of shakes a little bit to indicate something has just been put in there and it is put safely away. Like I said, little things like that really help make the experience more personal. Even how you saw how the buttons just kind of moved out of the way, or moved into view. You see that? You don't really need that for your experience, but it does bring you in to the device more. And I like the fact that Microsoft took the time to do that. Now, along with the animations, Microsoft also added haptics to certain parts of the OS. When you use your finger to move from page to page, there is a slight vibration, like you're going through a wheel of sorts. Each panel slightly vibrates your device until the animation itself stops. It's just really nice to feel that. Really nice to know that Microsoft is putting these little personal touches in. I mean, when you go faster, the clicking continues, almost like one of those crowns on a watch. So, new animations and haptics for the OS, very welcome. This is one that I found very welcome. Messaging divided evenly across both screens. Now, when you go into the messaging, again, like it just opened, wonderful. Again, the animation there. When you open up a conversation, before the messaging app would have your conversation bleed into the other screen. But now with 12L, it's almost, no, not perfectly, but almost evenly divided. Perhaps if the curve between the two screens wasn't there, it would appear to be so. But as you can see, my face, the person I am talking to, is all on one screen. What we are saying is easily visible on the other screen. And if I want to jump into a different conversation, it's right here. And I can just go in and I can actually view the conversation that much easier. Now, like it's not perfect. The phone number still bleeds over the edge, so it's not 100% at all, but it's better than it was, and the Duo is better for it. Now for some of the cons or the negatives that I found with 12L, just through everyday use. A little bothersome these things are. Now, the first one, which I found to be extremely annoying, is digits doesn't show to answer your call. Now, if you guys don't know, T-Mobile Digits is an application that allows you to sync any and all of your T-Mobile phone numbers to a single app, and any device you have can gain access to that app. So in essence, it makes your one device be all of your phone numbers. So if they call one phone, whatever device has that number activated on it will also ring. So on my Duo, I have my main line, because my main line is in my S22 Ultra. The Duo is a secondary line. But what I found since the 12L is when someone calls my main line, the app will not or does not open for me to answer the call. So these devices are linked to my T-Mobile Digits account. This is the original line. So when I make a call from my iPhone, everything here should make noise, everything here should ring. Now watch. Here I am, call. So you see my iPad is ringing, my original line is ringing, even the watch connected to the Duo is ringing. The Duo is making noise, but you can't actually answer the call. Now, if I close it, you do see that the call is coming in. There it is. But you can't answer it from the device. Now it wants me to leave a voice. Now, I thought it was maybe just an issue that a quick reset or reinstall would fix, but it did not. Until that bug is fixed, digits on the Duo 2, at least for me, is pretty much unusable when it comes to getting my calls in. Now, next thing, audio button stops working. I don't know what this is. It's happened more than once. It's just something simple. When I would go in and press this button here, you see how I press it and it goes to the various options. Silent the ring, turn on the ring, turn on the vibrate. There have been times when I've gone there and I would press the button and that would not change. And it's just not that the image wouldn't change. The function wouldn't activate either. So if I had it on vibrate and I wanted to turn to ring because I'm no longer on the bus or what have you, it just wouldn't switch over. And it's happened a good 3-4 times now. And it seems to fix itself, or I simply reset the phone. Now again, it's a weird bug. I don't know what causes it. It happened this morning, and when I tried to get on camera and I pressed the button, it fixed itself. I guess it didn't want to be on camera, but it does happen, and it's very bothersome when it does. Now, this one is another odd bug. Won't charge until reset. Let me show you what I mean. So, as I was saying, for reasons unknown, you see the Duo 2 is plugged in, but it is not charging. I don't know why this is. You might say it's the cord, old cord that it is, but pick up my S22 Ultra and let's plug this in here. And as you can see, charge. Let's just do a quick reset. Even the reset's not working correctly. It did before. All right. So it has activated. Let's plug this cord back in. And there you see we have a charge. No idea why. So another strange bug that happens more often than not. When it first happened, it was very bothersome. I had plugged my phone to charge overnight, and I didn't even check the percentage in the morning because you assume that the phone is charged and ready to go. But when I got to work and I checked the phone and it was red, I really asked myself, what is killing, or what killed the battery? So when I got home, I plugged it back in, and sure enough, it was not charged. I thought there was something wrong with the charger itself. But then I checked my other devices with that same cord and they charged fine, as you just saw. So I don't know if anyone else is having this issue regularly like I am, but it's another bug that needs to be fixed. Now, next on the cons is various clocks aren't synced across the device. Now, there have been times where, for whatever reason, I cannot tell you why, and it's almost made me late. Oh, it's happening right now. Huh, will you look at that? Well, it fixed itself. This was saying 3:09, and that was saying 3:39. Now, there was a time where this clock, and this clock were all saying 3:16. separate times. And I kid you not, I was almost late for my run because I was watching whatever I was watching on the phone. See, 3:39, 3:40. I don't know why that happened. Off by a minute. Before it wasn't. Now, like I was saying, all three clocks were saying a completely different time. And I was focusing on this clock in the corner to give me my time to leave. But lo and behold, it was 4 minutes behind. Now, it just so happened I like to check my bus early. So when I went to check and the bus was saying it's time to go in the next few minutes, I said, wait, what happened? And sure enough, all the clocks on the Duo, except for the clock on the lock screen, were all saying different times. And you see now, this is a minute behind that one for some reason, when they're all supposed to be linked to the same timer in the Duo. Actually, now you see it here, 3:39, it hasn't changed. And that one is 3:41. So it's happening as we speak. This one isn't changing time at all. That one is. So another bug that you guys seeing, and at least this one, you guys can see it's happening right before your eyes. 3:42, 3:39. There was never an issue before the 12L update. So you guys know I like to write. I like to write things down. It's just what I do. Instead of typing out stuff, if it's just a note, if it's an idea, I jump into OneNote or any other app I might have, like this guy here. And I just go to town and I write things down. It's just me. But what I found so strange is that for reasons unknown, especially when so many other devices have it, you are unable to write in text fields. It just doesn't make any sense. The S22 Ultra with the S Pen has the ability to do that. You need to go into options to turn it on, but it is there. The iPad has it because it does have a pencil, and they know that doing stuff like that is just a more efficient way of getting things done. If your pencil is in your hand, you just want to write it down in whatever text field there is. The LG Wing also had the ability to do it in certain fields, not in all fields, but it could do it, and it was very, very helpful. So it doesn't make any sense to me that a device like the Duo, which has the Surface Pen with the ability to write things down as I do, doesn't allow you to write things down in the field. Now there is a way I've done on my original Duo to go into the Google typing board and have the Google typing board be the way you write things down. But I don't want that. I don't want to write things down on a screen down here. I want to go into any field and write it in the field, like I'm directly interacting with the device on its level, not on an outside window, which then translates what I wrote to the area. So I don't know why Microsoft hasn't done this, because even on the Surface computers, you can write in text fields, but on their mobile device, which is where you are more likely to want to write something down, like myself, it isn't there yet. Now, that's not to say it's not there at all. If you would go to your emails, let's pull up something that doesn't really require a reply, but just to show you that it is possible to actually reply to emails via your pen. And there you have my written thanks. And you know, you can write in the email. It's not the same as writing in a text field, but it is an option for you. So I don't particularly understand why they haven't allowed that feature here. It's not hard. Any other companies have implemented it. So you would think that the Duo, with its very nice Surface Duo Pen, with so many features available to it, would also have the ability to write in a text field. Another question questionable aspect of 12L is the app optimization. For example, since I did the update, let's go in here. Game Pass will not work. There it is. That's what it does. You try to go in and it just crashes every time. Don't know what that is about. Game Pass is one of the draws of the Duo, especially at the lower price point. You pretty much have a portable Xbox in your hands. And now, due to the update, it doesn't open. Don't know why. It's just something that has happened, and they have yet to fix it. It's been about a week, 2 weeks now, and this has been happening since day one. So questionable simply because I'm pretty sure that they know about this bug and they haven't sent out a fix for the bug. Another thing, and I thought this would have been fixed with the 12L as well, because this isn't anything new. So this issue comes in when you're watching your YouTube videos in the widescreen. Now, when you press this up here, it goes down and you're able to view whatever other video you might want to watch. And you go back in and you're good to go. But if you press this here, it minimizes like that with your other vids down here and comments and all of that. It's two different methods of minimizing the video. No, it still went down, still gave me my vids, but it doesn't keep the size of the screen. And that's not anything new. It's been since the Duo 1, and you would think that by now they would have fixed that issue. Now this app is going in the right direction, but I still feel they could have done more with it. Before, when you went into Spotify and you blew it up to both screens, if the song you were playing had a accompanying video that played, the Duo would just kind of flip back and forth. It would go from screen to small, big to small. You would lose your controls, and it was very bothersome. You'd have to kind of time when you could minimize the large display to get back actual use of the app. Now what they've done is, you can see I have a song here, "Playing God" by Lithia. I'm not playing the song, copyright stuff, but when you press it, you can now see the vid that is playing on this side, and it dims out the other side. Now, when you go to this side to try to maybe scroll through your song selection, it just drops everything down. Now, it's not ideal, but it works, because before you couldn't even do that. But again, app optimization for the Duo is not completely there, and I thought with 12L it would be better than it is now. This is, like I said, a step in the right direction, because at least now we have use of the app when you have it in full screen mode like this. It doesn't crash the app, things don't start to jump around and get all crazy, but it's still not ideal. This is only questionable because it hasn't been done before. Having your clock and your battery displayed along top of your video of your Surface Duo while it's in tent mode. As you can see, the original Duo doesn't have it, but on 12L it's there. I'm very glad Microsoft chose to implement this. Okay, last but not least, and now I found this out and I was amazed. The Duo has its own continuum desktop mode, kind of. When you hook up the device to an external screen, keyboard, and mouse, it does activate a type of external desktop mode. So as you can see, there is a desktop mode on the Surface Duo. My Duo is here, It is connected via HDMI. I got all of the options going for it. And the phone is completely usable while in this mode without actually affecting the desktop itself. The thing is, the desktop, closed the phone, so it all went to sleep. That's one thing that is affected. But when in the desktop mode, the mouse works. I have my keyboard hooked up, but I can't do anything. There's no little tabs. There's this here, but this doesn't do much. It does nothing at all. You can't open any apps like Dex, which right now is pretty much the standard for such things. But it is there. So I think it was scary if literal that said that perhaps it's for a remote desktop use. So for those who are in that business, or if you just want to have access to your desktop from wherever you are, you have your Duo, you hook it up to these external devices and you can have access to your PC wherever you are. It's a great thought, it's a great idea, and I do hope it's something along those lines and just not a Easter egg of sorts left over by the developers for how they were able to do things with the Duo. It's what they use to move programs and such to the devices. But yeah, it was very surprising to see that the Duo actually does have its own version of Continuum. For its time, it was ahead of the time, and I was sad when Microsoft decided to kill the project along with Windows Phone. But it's nice to see that a type of Continuum is here, and I do hope that they do push it and make the Duo have the exact, well not the exact, but have something very similar to it, and hope that it can rival Dex, because Dex is great. But I feel that the Duo is the device made for such things. It has the name Surface in it after all. So to have a Surface Duo 2 with the ability to mimic an actual Surface computer when you sync it to a, like I said, monitor, keyboard, and mouse would be an amazing feat. So with that said, my name is NG, the Neon X, and exploring what 12L has to offer on the Surface Duo 2. This is what I'm into.